What's happening, guys? Celtic CC here. I'm on my main account and this is my second video for Narcia, and I realised what I was doing in the first one. I mean, that was like a first playthrough test. Hope you can appreciate that, I've been one of these people who's always been into strategy games, and I had to kind of switch my strategy game head off to realise how it works. I'm still finding it, like, the layout of it all a little bit silly, like, do you know what I mean? I don't understand why you don't just come in and be able to see what tiles you have straight away. That seems a really strange decision, for it to be like that, like, do you know what I mean? Because it's a little bit annoying then. But basically, like, I've figured out since then, managed to do a route up to it's more like playing a board game in a way, do you know what I mean, rather than a strategy game. That's what I didn't realise. I think my team 1 is camped out here. Yes, so you can see where your teams are if you click on them. So my team 3 is in there as well, isn't it? I can't remember putting my team 3 there. Okay, yeah, so and basically you've got to make sure you kind of donate your ore to the guild to increase this, because it increases your tiles and everything. Water, I find, is the most scarce resource. I haven't actually used any food up yet, so restore strength. If I restore all, right, that's the first time I've done that. I forgot about doing that. Right, so all my teams are now restored strength, I think. Yeah, there we go. Let's do that for all 3 teams. Yeah, so we're kind of like, the thing I don't like about it though is how there's like a limit on with the tiles and everything. Do you know what I mean? And I think we went up here somewhere. Do we start losing stuff? No, yeah, I went up here and kind of got some more resources. Water seems to be the one you use up very quickly. So water and ore. Make sure you got a bit of food as well. See, I'm trying to get the guild to up the water supply and everything. We got a town camped in. Honestly, it was a bit underwhelming, all the fights and everything. It was just kind of like send your slow horses there, they attack, then come back, and you had to knock. They had 300 strength, and you had to kind of knock that down. So we had to keep attacking them to get the town, which is okay. But then it's weird how, like, when you send someone out, after they've claimed the land, they then return to base straight automatically, which just seems weird to me. It's like, use up all this water, they go there slow as hell, and then they just sprint back as quick as anything. Do you know what I mean? Once they finished, and do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I'm getting the grips with it, but it's a very kind of dumbed down strategy type game. So and the other thing, it just looks like no one's playing it. Game looks barren, like, do you know what I mean? That's making me laugh. I think when I did that first video, that's like the only person I've seen for ages, like, do you know what I mean? God, there's loads of stuff up here. So apparently we're supposed to try and get up to the Imperial Castle, but that's like miles away. Where's my... You kind of have to keep looking at this map up here. So I don't know how the hell we're supposed to get up to that Imperial Castle. Or any of the large towns. We're miles away from everything. So especially when there's a limit on the tiles, like, so far all our tiles are kind of, used up, so we've all gone as far as we can. It's up to me to kind of, I think, delete tiles in places as well, but you got to kind of like build a path. Do you know what I mean? It's like having to click all these tiles to bring it up. It's just boring, like, do you know what I mean? It's just, I don't like it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you should just be able to come on here and see where exactly what areas you've claimed, where you're going. If you're going to make it like a board game, make sure you can see the board. Do you know what I mean? So there's not a lot for me to do here at the moment. I might just put my team, what's it called? Team 3? No, I'll just leave that there, it's fine. I think you can deploy people and set up... Right, let me just double check. Team 3 is... No, Team 2 on there. You can, like... You can like set up defenses and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And so, like, look after land. So I should probably be looking after water, actually, come to think of it. We got that one? Yeah, fuck that up. That's another thing as well. It's like, when they're going, you can't just kind of stop them and get them to change direction. Do you know what I mean? It's like a really dumbed down, you know, kidified strategy type farm simulator thing. Um, I don't know. I just don't think it suits Castle Clash. I just think it's I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of it. It's all right, like, do you know what I mean? But it's not something which I think is gonna make people fall in love with the game anytime soon. So that one is set up. Right. So right, team two. See what I mean? Why can't I just move him? Why's he gotta go? He's right. So I gotta make him go back to the fortress, and then if I want to go and defend that. Do you know what I mean? It's just it's too dumbed down for my liking. I just feel like playing this and taking all this in too much actually would hurt my strategy game head. Do you know what I mean? Just from playing this for too much. So I'm kind of not trying to take it on too heavily. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just like you know just cracking on. I don't understand why you can't just see all the tiles while you got to click on them. It's a bit of a torturous game mode. Do you know what I mean? There's no doubt about it. I mean, I can't even see what we've claimed exactly. It's. I just think the game developers need to go and start playing some proper strategy games and then come back and do stuff like. Do you know what I mean? Because they're missing out on a lot of good strategy games which have much better setups and stuff like this. It's a shame, like, but it's all right. Like, do you know what I mean? It's a bit of fun. I'm getting into it a bit more. I just think it's a bit too dumbed down for my liking personally. I'm sure there's a lot of people that I won't say a lot of people because I can't see anyone playing it, but I'm sure there's people that are okay with it. But yeah, I'm not overwhelmed by it. I see how it goes. I mean, I'll make sure I put in a bit of effort. It doesn't take too long just to go and claim a couple of tiles. So what I'm doing is I switch to an account, send 3 horses out somewhere, let them do their work, and then crack on with something else. So I think it's just one of those things you just want to keep popping in, popping in every now and again and just doing a little bit and not spend too much time with it. It's not like one of these sort of like heavy time investment guild events you want to be playing. So yeah, I'm still not that impressed with it, but it's something else to the game. I'll give it a good shot for the guild and everything. So, but yeah, I'm disappointed with it. I think it's a bit naff, to tell you the truth. If you don't know what naff means, crap. It's just a little bit shit, like, do you know what I mean? It's like dumb down kiddies version of a strategy game in my head. So, but yeah, it's alright, whatever. I'm sure people like it, so I'll keep playing it, and if anything else changes with it, with updates, I'll probably do another video. But for now, I think that's about all I'm going to do on the event, because I don't think there's much else to explain really. Okay then, cheers guys.